If you do like the look of these phone cases, I'll leave the link in the description below. If you use code AF at checkout, you should get 25% off as well. So like my other analysis videos of Manchester United youngsters, which will all be linked in a playlist in the description for you to check out after this video, I will be analysing another Manchester United youth player, Alvaro Fernandez, and discussing his style of play and whether he's good enough for Ten Hag next season. So Alvaro Fernandez Correas is Manchester United's 19-year-old Spanish left-back, who they picked up on a free from Real Madrid's under-17 side back in 2020. Now in terms of aesthetics and stature, he reminds me of Marcos Alonso, as he's very tall for a fullback, standing at 6'2" in height, and he has the athleticism that fullbacks like Alonso and Theo Hernandez have, and we do see this with his running forward into the final third. He's a fantastic overlapping left back, able to play a pass from deep into the middle third, and then make a third man run ahead of play down the left side, running away from the opposition winger, and then once a pass is played, he's able to use his long striding running to burst onto the ball, and when in these types of crossing positions, his delivery is exceptional for a player of his age, as he doesn't just thrash a ball into the box, instead he looks up, weighs up his options, and then can either drill a low cross across the box or cut it back to the edge of the box or loft the ball into the box for an aerial chance. These offensive attributes are probably the most crucial aspects of a young fullback's game that is needed, as they can always improve defensively as they age, but that natural athleticism and offensive output is what tends to separate the good fullbacks from the world class ones. Defensively, it's hard to fully assess how good he is at the moment, as he hasn't come up against too many high level dribbling wingers, so we don't know exactly how good he is in one-on-one situations until he makes a transition to senior football. However, from what I've seen, I think he seems to be fairly good in defensive situations, with his pace and physicality obviously aiding him in a lot of these duels, but also his height makes him dominant in the air on that left side, which can be especially useful when defending the back post against crosses or even attacking them at the other end. He's also pretty good in the build up as well, as even though sometimes he can appear a bit clunky in terms of his body movements, he does have the ability to get the ball out of his feet under pressure and find forward passes, which is going to be incredibly important, particularly in a system like Ten Hag's, where the players in the backline need to have this ability to play forward passes in order to bypass the opposition's pressure. I did talk about the importance of bypassing pressure in the build-up in Ten Hag's system in the video I did looking at how Ten Hag would set up Manchester United a few weeks ago, and I'll leave that linked in the description. But I think Fernandez offers something that neither Telles or Shaw do, which is those long bursting runs down the outside, which is something that Andy Robertson at Liverpool and Kieran Tierney at Arsenal do provide, and would improve United's attack by allowing the left winger to occasionally drift in field and leave that space vacated for Fernandez to run into. Overall, I think Fernandez is a fantastic talent, and like a few other players I've talked about, deserves a chance in the United first team next season. United aren't in dire need of a left back at the moment, with Telles and Shaw as decent options, but I still think that if Fernandez comes into the side and performs to a decent level, then United can look to offload Telles maybe in January or next summer and go forward with Fernandez as the alternative option at left back, who I think in the long run is going to develop into a top level left back if he can refine certain parts of his play on the ball and get regular game time. So thank you for watching. That was my analysis of Alvaro Fernandez. You can check out the other analysis videos, which will be linked in the playlist in the description. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and put your thoughts in the comments.